All right, check 1, 2, 3. Just making sure we're getting audio from the Rodecaster. Check 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8. Glorious.
Check, check. Yes, I can hear you. This is Deemer Class checking in for the 2030 finals here at American Select. Best event of the summer. Second best commentator.
Yeah, 4 unanswered.
Check, check.
Check, check.
Yes, we're checking in here for American Select finals. I'm here with. Do you prefer Cummings to Inseguia or?
Whatever. You can just say Taylor Cummings.
Okay.
Nobody knows who my last name, so all good. You going? Are you driving home from here?
Yep,
Like,
driving home.
how long's
Might
that?
stay in Bethany.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
How far is the drive from the city?
Drive from the city is 240.
That's not terrible. Can you see that?
Yeah, that's fine.
This is like.
Looks like it's gonna fall.
Is that
Welcome to American Select. We're excited for the finals today of the 2030 age group between Long Island Black and Maryland Red. We have a rematch of last year's championship game. I'm joined by Taylor Cummings in the booth. My name is Deemer Class. Taylor, what are you looking for in today's matchup?
I've been able to see both of these teams play throughout the tournament, and they just bring a ton of athleticism, lacrosse IQ, competitive drive. I think these players have seen each other a lot over the summer circuit as well with their various club teams, so they know one another really well. I think we're in for a good treat here.
Familiar foes, Long Island defeated Maryland in bracket play. They went 4-0 and then rolled their way through the quarterfinals and semifinals with a combined score of 20-3, while Maryland had 4 unanswered goals in the semifinals to beat Massachusetts Blue. This is shaping up to be another great battle between Maryland and Long Island.
Two of the hotbeds in our sport right now. The game, as we've seen throughout American Select, is getting popular throughout the regions, across the states, across the world. But these are kind of two of the original hotbeds of women's lacrosse.
Yeah, this is an exciting matchup at an amazing event. And our first draw is off. It's Maggie Giachetti, secures the draw control. She's had a fantastic couple days here at American Select and one of the more premier midfielders on this Long Island Black team.
All of our playoff games were shortened games, 2 10-minute halves. We're now getting back to the original format of the pool play of 4 10-minute quarters. So excited to see how these teams adapt after a long day of playoffs.
That's Ava Robinson with the initial shot down the alley, but Sophia Martin is up for the challenge, the 2030 goalie for Maryland.
And a great individual clear from Maggie Vaughn, number 71 for Maryland. She's a player that I've watched throughout the day who just has really impressed me with her speed, her quickness, her shot placement. She does all the little things. She's so smart.
Vaughn, Goforth here, Karis Coleman, the stronger midfielders here on Maryland that have been a consistent presence to get the ball down to attackers like Hadley O'Day, who's been the quarterback for this Maryland offense.
Maryland getting their first touches in. Long Island running a zone. Looks to be a backer, number 65 there, trailing behind the ball, and the backer pays off. Turnover for Maryland. Good pickup there from Long Island.
Nice rotation there from 65, Juliet Smith. That's something that Long Island's demonstrated the ability to do so far in this tournament is play man and zone. The zone was effective against Georgia in the semifinals, helping neutralize one of their star midfielders, and Long Island here now possesses again on the offensive end. A little slower pace here to start.
It is a warm day, the end of the summer for all of these teams and all of these young players. So not surprised that every possession is maybe a little bit longer. Just getting good touches in, getting the correct shots off.
We've mentioned Robinson. Here's Vivian Spidell, comes from X. And there it is, lefty up the hash, turning the corner. Places it high and away. Spidell, the attacker out of Ward Melville.
Really solid dodge there from Spidell. I like the patience here that she takes. She splits left or right to left, brings her up the hash, extra patience, and then feels where her defender isn't, continues around the crease, no slide from Maryland, and shooting back where she came from.
Almost looked like she was going to pull a backhanded shot like Grace Marquardt in the 2028 finals yesterday, but stuck it back to the left hand. And Spidell, whose older brother Jack is a star on the Harvard men's lacrosse team, puts one home to put Long Island up 1-0 in this finals here for the 2030 age group. Giachetti again wins the draw to herself, gets it up the field. Here's Robinson looking to push. Addie Chartrand kicks it right back. Fires one off the pipe.
That was a sizzler. Had a lot of heat on it. Goalie's best friend right there, though. So Maryland getting a little bit lucky. See if they can start there clear and get a solid possession in.
Robinson scored a similar goal on a give and go in the playoff run, but that one doesn't go here. Now Maryland looks to possess. See if they can get comfortable against this Long Island zone.
It's a little tricky when you're playing with new faces. A lot of these players have played together in the past, but especially against zone, it's a lot more coordination, a lot of in and out and cuts and talking to one another can be a little bit difficult, which is part of why Long Island tends to play it.
Skip pass attempt from Maggie Vaughn to O'Day. Doesn't connect. Here's Robinson, up and out, looking to push. Swings it over to Chartrand. She winds up. One more pass. Goal! There's Spidell again with the beautiful skip pass in transition from Chartrand.
I love the unselfish play there from Chartrand. Heads up play, great push of transition, ball moving faster than the people running with it. Great clear from Robinson. Chartrand right here could wind up. That hesitation just stops the Maryland defense enough and finds Spidell on the crease for a really patient finish.
Chartrand's a lefty attacker that's really demonstrated her scoring ability and ability to shoot from range. It also shows that she can use the windup as a threat and then threads the needle in transition. Just under 5 here in the first quarter. Back to the draw circle. New face in the draw for Maryland.
Number 50 for Maryland, Brooke Boland, has been a great contrast for the draw circle. Really, really tall. Sometimes it's just about matchups, but so far number 57, Maggie Giachetti, has just dominated.
3 draw controls here to start for Giachetti. The Word Melville midfielder gets it down to her high school teammate, Viv Spidell. Addie Fitzgibbon swings it over to Chartrand. Possession is key here, Taylor, in these games where back to full time, but trying to gather their legs and get in the flow.
Absolutely, smart possessions, a little bit lengthier. Typically, that we see in this championship style play, just with being back to the 4 quarters.
There's a righty feed from Chartrand, but she'll be on the 8-meter here. See if she demonstrates her range. And there it is. She puts it home, sidearm high. Top shelf from Addie Chartrand on the 8-meter.
She's had a great game so far. First an assist, now a little bit of a ripper from this 8-meter. She's been facilitating today, and it's really just come really naturally and easily for her. Drops the stick, changes that level, puts it high left corner.
Yeah, stick side high. Put some impressive heat on that shot for the rising freshman. This age group, the last 2 days, we've seen the 28s and the 29s. This is what they're working towards here. Last year was their first year competing at American Select. We saw these 2 teams in the finals, and now they're back as rising sophomores and again hoping to ascend to eventually that rising junior age group.
First mistake from Long Island in the draw circle with Giachetti just going a little bit early. Maryland hasn't had the ball off of the draw, so interested to see how they choose to attack this Long Island zone.
Taylor, when you're playing against a zone defense, how important are touches to the whole unit to figure out how to attack the zone?
They're huge, and I think it's important to figure out where the openings are, what kind of zone they're playing. And I think what gets lost for a lot of young players is they're often taught that you have to pass to beat a zone. But particularly a backer, you can also dodge. Dodging draws, slides, initiates the backer, and then it's a little bit easier to move the ball twice and find that backside.
Juliet Smith is backing the ball for Long Island here.
Maryland needing to move the ball a lot faster and dodge in order to get this defense shifting. Right now, they're not.
Laura Cavanaugh here swings it down. Look inside. And there's Smith again with another knockdown to Leonard. Loose ball here towards the restraining line, and there's Chartrand. Eyes up quickly, gets it ahead. Ava Safrone looks to push.
Great knockdown there from Kenneth Gordon, a Maryvale Prep player. National champion this year, IAM champion.
Here's Emily Capel in the clear. Safrone on the ride. Swings it over, looking to advance. There's Babs, relentless on the ride for Long Island, but 30 seconds here in the first. Over to Allie Martin here. Looks to probe. Robinson deters her. Look inside. Another crash. Number 52, Grace Chinorma.
It's a great little back check. I like the feed out to in for Maryland, but just need that stick protection.
Clammer pushed it ahead. Number 63, Haley Rosati. Whistle. Likely for shooting space here. Looks like she'll be on the 8. Sticks one near side low on the finish. Haley Rosati.
Great stick protection there from Rosati to finish inside for the 4th goal of the day from Long Island. I really like that stick protection and the way she exploded off that line.
Long Island keeping up their attacking ways early and often here in this finals at American Select, sticking one home just before the end of the first quarter.
This team was pretty much a buzzsaw the entire pool play and throughout playoffs, and it's just continuing here.
The depth of this Long Island team has been impressive. Great start here from Long Island Black, 4-0 over Maryland in the first quarter of the 2030 final here at American Select, a rematch from last year's championship game. Coming to you from Frederica, Delaware. We'll be back shortly to pick up the second quarter of this exciting action here at American Select. we're back here for the second quarter of American Select. Taylor, Long Island got off to a quick 4-0 lead. What did you see so far in that first quarter?
I saw really suffocating zone defense and just them pushing offense from transition, and then just really smart, unselfish play. You can tell these players spend a lot of time together, and they're just really smart and share the ball really well.
Yeah, and that was a big draw control for Maryland. Delilah Goforth off the circle, trying to earn back and even up some of this possession time. Maggie Giachetti has been a force so far on the draw. Now here's Natalie Lauer coming around the crease, swings it over to the wing. Julia Flackey swings it up top.
Draws starting to even out a little bit. Long Island's up 3-2 in them, and they're giving Maryland much needed possessions.
Skip pass a little high here from O'Day to Goforth. Bonds up top, swings it low. Good stick from Jada Leonard, getting a piece of that. And now Long Island, Kaylee Zumo here off to the races.
Great step into that passing lane. And a really solid clear here. Good stick from this Maryland defense, though, in transition to slow it up.
It's not easy to catch Kaylee Zumo in the open field. Had one of the fastest flying 20s at our Best in Class event this summer. Now Long Island will slow it down. Spidell, Safrone.
We're seeing the contrast in playing styles defensively. Maryland in a man-to-man. Long Island in that backer zone.
Crease violation here on Ella Dolezal.
That's a much-needed turnover for this Maryland team. Let's see if they can make something out of it. But would love to see a little bit more pace out there offensively. Players cutting, the ball zipping around. They have to get this defense shifting, because what they love, this kind of defense thrives off of, is standing.
You made a great point earlier about passing versus zone versus dodging. If they can get some of the dodge, draw the backer, 2 passes, and then look for cuts, get the defense flowing before you look to reverse the ball.
That's also where you get them caught in those 3 seconds moments or shooting spaces when they're having to shift. But when you're not shifting the defense, it makes it very, very simple to play and easier to suffocate.
Good contest, and there's Spidell getting her stick on it, doing a little bit of everything so far today. 2 goals and a nice cause turnover there back in the midfield.
And a great quick there from Shea Falvey.
Safrone will possess. Just over 7 minutes here in the second quarter.
With being up 4-0, Long Island has the luxury to take some clock off, get everybody rested, and then when everyone's feeling good, start their offense right away.
Here's Spidell looking to square up on her dodge. Early slide sends, kicks it forward. Surdy kicks it back. Down low, can't connect. Babs swings it up top. Safrone on the inside for the finish. Ava Safrone from Julia Babst to put Long Island up 5-0 here in this second quarter.
Maryland caught kind of sending that backer, maybe sending that early hedge slide even, and then not being able to recover after. And Ava Safrone right on the doorstep. Great vision from this Long Island attack unit, and really poised. Pretty simple shot here, a little fake. Moves her, sticks it right around.
Does a nice job, taking a couple extra steps to finish in front. Pull the keeper off the pipe. For as good as this Long Island team is, they play a very unselfish brand of lacrosse, being aggressive on their 1v1s when they need to be, but also making the one more pass.
And that's why they're successful, and that's why they've made it all the way to championship time, is they just know when to take it to the rack and when to maybe pass it off. Looks like Long Island wasn't set for that draw quick enough. So Maryland ball, that area has evened itself out 3-3, but this zone defense from Long Island is really troubling this Maryland unit.
Back to O'Day at X, swings it up to the elbow. Vaughn looks inside to Santry. Nice collapse from Long Island. She has to kick it. Coleman looks to thread the needle.
Really great save there from Shea Falvey, number 55 of Long Island. I would say that's Maryland's first quality look of the day. Great move there from number 53, Karis Coleman of Notre Dame Prep. Unfortunately, just shot stick side on that one.
And credit to Falvey. You're not really seeing too many shots for the first quarter and a half, but staying locked in on her first challenge and securing a great save. Here's the front on Vaughn. Hedge from Goforth, turns her away, up to Zumo. Pressure starting to pick up on the adjacents from Maryland. There's Gabby Surdy looking to challenge right to right, looks inside. Nice collapse.
I was going to say, great crash there from this Maryland defense. Karis Coleman, Sia Dougal.
Dolzel picks it up, swings it to the side. Alexis Stein here. First time mentioning her name. Back to X. Dip and dunk.
Looks like a crease violation here. Maryland ball, still 5-0, but a great cause turnover there from number 73.
Kaylee Zumo extending and then looks to quickly move it, but Maryland gets a stick on it. Stein picks it back up off the end line. Double team from Goforth, looking to pick up the pace. Maryland's going to have to start being more aggressive all throughout the field if they want any chance of climbing back in this game.
I like the patience here from Long Island. Making smart passes, finding the opportunity. They found one right there.
Looks like it's going to be a card here. Check to the head on Viv Spidell.
Great move there. I love that little slip underneath. She noticed that the Maryland defense was caught high out off that crease. Catches a really difficult pass. And just a little bit too high there from 71, Maggie Vaughn for Maryland.
Tough take from Viv Spidell. And it counts. Her third goal of the game. Attacking the pass. And gets the card.
She's had some really solid defensive moments too. She's just kind of been all over the field here for this Long Island team.
Leonard will start with it here.
Again, Long Island having some difficulty getting people into the draw circle quickly. Oh, never mind. It looked like they were about to call it a turnover, but then both were late.
Now we're back to a draw here. Boland's been a strong presence here against Giachetti. 50-50 ball. That'll be off the stick of Boland to Long Island here. Under 2 here in the second quarter. It's been all Long Island in this quarter here. Here's Mackenzie Clammer, last year's championship game MVP. Had a really impressive quarterfinal performance with a hat trick. Pump fake, nothing there. Nice check from Maryland, but Babst.
Maryland's down, but love the relentless hustle there from Sarah Fry.
Defense red. Good defense, 5-5.
Patty Fitzgibbon throws it up top. Loose ball here, beyond the midline. Grace Chornoma comes up with the loose ball, clears it herself. Gets it up to Fitzgibbon. Back to X. There's Robinson right to left, gets it back to her right, inside. And finishes for the goal, Ava Robinson.
Love the footwork there from Ava Robinson. Really just has a knack for the cage. Hard dodger, really athletic. She's actually a player from Team 91 Roar who plays up for their 2029 team at points. So back in her age group with the 2030s. Love the double stutter step, that switch to her other hand, and then increasing her angle by going back to that right hand. Really well done.
Tough finish, and these days you don't see too many players playing up, so nonetheless impressive from Robinson, and seeing her natural abilities and her willingness to go hard to the cage, she's going to be an exciting one to watch here for years to come at American Select.
Definitely, and you have to think that playing up an age group, especially in the high school age group, the way she is, just has really prepared her for her recruiting summers in a couple of years, for all that she sees at the high school level. It just increases her experience and her gamesmanship.
Taylor, playing up or playing on grade is something that's come up in discussion over the years, and I'm curious how you think about it, but Robinson clearly seems to be one that playing up, she's still an impact player versus where maybe you get to the point where you're not an impact player, it might be time to play on age.
Absolutely. I think it just depends on the player and the team. We're seeing a last-second goal, little high to low, crazy bouncer to end this half.
Looked like Julia Babst here sneaks one in at the buzzer. Almost unexpected.
I mean, we weren't expecting it.
Got to be ready for anything here. The 12-meter steps in. Little spin bouncer off the near pipe. That'll go.
Absolutely. I think Maryland was expecting a feed. I think number 62 for Maryland, Sophia Martin, probably also expecting a feed. And then just a weird little bouncer right here catches her off guard.
Julia Babst making a case to the tournament operators here at American Select for a 2-point line. Might be something to consider future events. 8-0 start for Long Island here. Into halftime. This has been all Long Island. It's been pretty consistent with what we've seen. Semifinals, 9-2 victory, 11-1 victory in the quarterfinals, undefeated in bracket play.
Been a great showing from this Long Island team thus far. They really just kind of have all of the pieces this year, from the defensive end throughout the midfield and the draw circle to the offensive end. Good opportunity for Maryland to regroup at half and see if they can come out a little stronger in half number 2.
And we're back in the booth here, halftime at the American Select 2030 championship game, 8-0 Long Island. It's been a lot of Long Island, Taylor.
A lot of Long Island, a lot of dominance. We're seeing them score in a variety of ways. We're seeing them off the dodge right here with Spidell. We've seen a lot of feeds, a lot of passes inside, pushing transition. They've kind of just done it all.
The depth of Long Island has been really impressive, and the decision making, especially like we see here from Addie Chartrand, threading the needle and finding Spidell for the finish.
Really unselfish play too, and I think that's what's made them so successful at this year's event is just how well they share the ball. They know when to feed, they know when to take it themselves, and they've just been a lot of fun to watch.
Here's Chartrand again, showing her range, something that she's been demonstrating all tournament, her ability to step in here sidearm high on the 8-meter.
Another 8-meter here, a very different style of taking these 8-meters shown here. Little dip through, great stick protection. You love to see it.
Then off the loose ball, Julia Babst finds Ava Safrone for the dip and dunk. Takes the extra step, finishes in front.
What I've been impressed with is just Long Island just seems to be doing all of the little things very well. The extra fakes, the time, and the decision making has been on point.
And then when needed in cage, Shea Falvey comes up with a big save.
Spidell again showing her range, attacking from different spots. First goal was low left crease. This one top left elbow.
Yeah, showing her toughness too. That Long Island grit, producing so many players over the years. Spidell finishes in front.
Really poised under a lot of pressure, and here we're just seeing a great little juke from Ava Robinson, going hard to the cage.
Ava's one of the premier 2030 midfielders, and then end of the half, Julia Babst sneaking one in from 12 meters, showing a complete effort in the first half. It's going to be tough for Maryland to claw back in here, but a lot of pride on the line as well.
Absolutely. Excited to watch.
And we're back for the start of the second half at the 2030 finals at American Select. 8-0 Long Island in a rematch of the Rising 8th grade championship game last year. Now as rising sophomores, Long Island is continuing to show what they've done the entire tournament.
Great draw there from number 59, Julia Hlatke. She's somebody who had a lot of success against Massachusetts and was a big reason why Maryland is in this final.
Maryland's had a tough time cracking the zone so far. Nice save from Long Island. Goalie change here. Looks to be Delaney Sefton from Shoreham Wading River.
I like that dodge there from Goforth. You have to dodge to get this defense to initiate.
Brianna Tomachik backing the ball in the zone here for Long Island.
Looks to be what I think is going to be a 3 seconds call. Hadley O'Day placed on the 12.
Vaughn winding up, looks to move it to Goforth. Coleman attacks. Fires one off the pipe, but looks like she'll be back on the line. One notable rule difference here from what you might be used to seeing at the college game, where that shot continues on and play continues. But when the whistle blows, regardless of the shot taken, they're on the 8-meter. Here's Coleman, she's in. Bounces one high, Lauer gets the rebound, back at X. Swings it up top.
Maryland finding a little more production early in this third quarter. Probably seen more shots in this 2-minute period than we did the first half combined. Looking a little fresher.
Better pace of play. Vaughn attacks, and she sticks one's home. Maggie Vaughn, the midfielder from Maryland.
Maybe that's the kickstart to what Maryland needed to kind of get back in this game. Being down 8-0 is a tall task, especially to a caliber team like Long Island, but you have to start somewhere. They can maybe start to chip away 1 goal at a time.
Need to stack the simple plays, 1 goal at a time, like you said, Taylor. They're no stranger to making comebacks. They had 4 unanswered goals to beat Mass Blue 6-5 in the semifinals.
And sometimes all you need is just one thing to go your way to kind of kickstart the confidence, the energy, the belief. Giachetti got called for the violation, movement on that draw. Long Island took a lead in that early on, but I honestly think Maryland's winning the draw control battle now.
Feels like it's 5-4 now, Maryland.
Something that they're going to need to continue to do if they're going to claw their way back in this.
Back to Lauer here at X. She drives up. Swings it up to Coleman. Up to Vaughn. Addie Santry's been a nice inside presence for Maryland here. They're going to need her to get going with her off-ball play.
I think in general, the off-ball play for Maryland needs to pick up. Need to see cutters flashing through the middle of the 8, recycling out. Just a little bit more movement.
And there's Delilah Goforth. Again, off that similar first hash, she puts one home, low and away.
Well, what we're seeing here, Deemer, is just when they're starting to dodge and initiate and rotate the ball a couple of times, they're finding success. They're finding those 8-meter opportunities. Zone defenses, that's what they're vulnerable to in particular, is just getting called for those 3 seconds and shooting space calls with the correct movement.
Nice back-to-back possessions here. Another look at the shot placement from Goforth. High to low, low and away.
And this game was a 3-goal differential in this the first day of play. So Maryland knows they can hang with this Long Island team, but they have to execute.
There's Giachetti with a response on the draw control win, but that pass will go out of bounds here. Another opportunity under 5 minutes in the third quarter for Maryland. See if they can string their 3rd goal in a row.
Julia Hlatke there being relentless. As a center, it's very easy to kind of give up after you lose the draw, particularly a self-draw. But there she stays in that play, creates just enough pressure to mess up that pass a little bit, and it results in a turnover. This is Maryland's opportunity to get 3 in a row.
Nice punt return clear from Kaylee Moreland. Able to possess.
I believe Maryland will be called for offsides. Those are little simple mental errors that can't happen against a team like this.
We saw the impact of the offsides calls in the 28 and 2029 finals as well. With 2 10-minute quarters and a half and no shot clock, the possession battle is key.
2 great saves in a row from number 49 for Maryland, Claire Bailey out of NDP.
Bailey is an exciting goalie prospect coming up out of the Maryland area. Nice save on Chartrand, and then rebound.
Great read on that knuckleball almost from Chartrand.
Here's Clammer. Looks to test, looks inside. Giachetti, and there's no doubt about that one from Maggie Giachetti. High to low inside, off the feed from Clammer.
Maryland sending the correct slide there, but that second slide just didn't quite get there. And Giachetti making her impact not only in the center circle, but now on the offensive end as well.
Taylor, what's the communication that's needed to complete that second slide? What do they have to be saying to each other when they send that first one?
Ideally, your first slide's being sent by your second slide, and your second slide is already talking to the third slide, saying to have her back. And that's what everything needs to move on a string defensively when you're playing in a man-to-man style defense. And unfortunately, I think the first slide maybe went without being sent by that second slide, and just that miscommunication there.
One of the exciting things about this opportunity for these ladies is to be tested on a big stage early in their careers. You know, some of them came off varsity seasons, some of them did not, but they're playing against the best of the best in their 20-30 age group here. And to get the opportunity to be in the arena, make the plays, not make the plays, and then keep growing as young players is all they can ask for.
Absolutely, and with so many of the tournaments these days being showcase style, it's something that I'm sure these players enjoy a lot of, you know, playing for a championship. Looks like we have a goal here. Bit of a deflection. Difficult from our first angle to see who kind of snuck that past. Claire Bailey.
Yeah, I think Bailey made the save initially, but the rebound off the turf trickled back in. Clammer picks up this loose ball, is ready to get that shot off lefty.
Oh, makes the save, and just the awkward bounce off her face mask and then off the back of her stick, it looks like. Just unfortunate there, but great initial stop there from Bailey.
Unlucky blow to the momentum here, and there's Ava Robinson. Long Island Black up 10-2 with possession. Minute and a half left here in this third quarter. Look inside to Robinson. She twisters the shot wide, but Long Island's there. Has got the backup with Fitzgibbon. She picks it up, gets it to Chartrand. She takes the middle, turns the corner. Sidearm high off the dodge. Chartrand doing a little bit of everything today.
She's a slick lefty, Chartrand is. I like that move. Just What impresses me most about her just is her poise under pressure in tight spaces and when making decisions.
We've seen Chartrand, again, with the big windup. She can shoot from 8 meters. She can wind up and feed. And then they're utilizing the hitch to get to the middle off the dodge. The ability to be a threat with your stick. It's key for all offensive players.
And that deception.
11-2 Long Island here, just over 1 minute in the third quarter. 2030 finals here at American Select on Lacrosse TV. Possession here for Maryland. It's number 61, Allie Martin. Athletic midfielder. Corrals the draw control. Now they'll look to clear.
A player originally from California. She plays for M&D Black in the summers.
Boland. Emily Capel fires it down. Deflection there from Jada Leonard. Leonard's been one of the top defenders here for Long Island. One that this coaching staff has been really high on. Sister Aaliyah, headed to Yale. Robinson, one more pass. And a save from Claire Bailey on the doorstop. No quitting Bailey. Just under 20 seconds here in the third. Ball's going the other way. And there's Leonard. The defensive instincts, fires it ahead. Here's Chartrand. Physical play here. It'll take her back to the 12, but
something Maryland's going to have to be careful of. They were in a very similar situation as this at the end of the half.
The wind up, look inside handle. Good collapse from the Maryland defense there to hold firm, but not without Long Island putting a couple more goals on the board. A little more action there in that third quarter, but Long Island 2030 still lead 11-2 heading into the fourth quarter, looking to repeat in this 2030 class. And we're back for the fourth quarter here of American Select, the 2030 championship game, a rematch between Long Island Black and Maryland Red. Long Island has had their way so far, 11-2, but 1 quarter left, 10 minutes on the board as Long Island looks to defend their title. Taylor, what does Maryland have to do here to close the gap?
Well, they have to keep winning the ball in the draw circle. The center for Long Island, Giachetti, has just proven to be difficult all day. So they have to solve the puzzle of Giachetti, and then they pretty much have to score a goal a minute. Very difficult to do, especially with running time. But I think it's really just about building on little positives and moving the ball quickly. They have to play at pace and make smart decisions.
Violation there from Giachetti. Gives the ball to Vaughn in Maryland. Looking to see if they can start to pressure. Long Island's coming out of that third quarter break. 10 more minutes to earn this championship, but due to the time, need to be careful of the strong 1v1s that Maryland will aggressively push for. They've done a great job of taking away Addie Santry on the inside. The suffocating zone defense has proven to be a challenge for Maryland.
Great collapse there from Long Island. I think I would have liked to see Lauer there just shoot it right off that catch.
Closing speed and the pressure from this Long Island team has been impressive. The athletes, but the IQ to go along with it. Here's Ava Safrone looking to push in transition.
Fixing her goggles as she runs down the field.
And she goes coast to coast. Punt return clear. Puts it away. Ava Safrone off hip placement.
Safrone's had a great game today. She really does it on both ends of the field. Really, really solid player for this Long Island team, and she's showing just what a great two-way midi she is. Causes the turnover, runs it all the way down the field. After, 10 games, still looks fresh. Great little face dodge right there, fights to the middle, and I love that placement offside hip.
Perfect placement. What a burst from Ava Safrone, again, making her presence felt on this game. The depth of this Long Island 2030 team has proven to be hard to stop.
Seeing a change here in the draw circle for Maryland. Looks like Betsy Gill will be taking a draw. At this point, with Giachetti having such success, you try everything. See if you can jam her up a little bit.
Safrone takes it over the restrainer, over to Spidell. Spidell has the hat trick on the day, helping Long Island burst out to an early lead. Over to Dozel. Evelyn Avery here.
Great back check there from Maggie Vaughn. Great ground ball. I love the fight that we're still seeing from Vaughn, even with Maryland down by 10. She's been a player I've been impressed with all day.
Vaughn's one of the heartbeats of this Maryland team. I believe a first teamer last year in this 2030 age group, picking up where she left off as a gritty two-way midfielder.
Looks like I think we're gonna get an 8-meter potentially. Hard to tell. Looks like we have offsetting fouls. I think there was yep, great call here from our ref, Maria. Looks like offsetting fouls. Alternate possession will go to the higher seed here, which is Long Island.
And shout out to these referees. All 3 days have been running up and down the DE turf fields, giving these athletes an incredible lacrosse experience. That's English, but who other than Spidell coming up with the loose ball in the middle of the field, securing possession.
She really has had a fantastic day all over the field. She's just made her impact known and her presence felt.
Sorry, that was Sia Dougal from Maryland, number 54, but nonetheless, Long Island ball here, under 6 minutes. Gonna look to bleed the clock. Over to Zumo. Sweet top side. Dougal on the coverage, swings it over. Gabby Surdy here will look to test. Good back check, shot goes wide.
Megan Nadalin, number 65, covering ball right now. She's had a solid day here and really throughout the tournament. Just really solid defender and a great back check there, really well timed.
Right on cue. Well timed back check. She'll look to clear.
She's the daughter of Towson head coach Nadalin.
Tough 50-50 ball. Spidell goes down here, but play will be stopped. Just shows how aggressive and competitive these players are willing to fight and battle out here at American Select. She bounces right back up. Great to see.
And not the first time either. She's had a tough play. I believe she got a little headshot earlier in the game.
The two players just going after a 50-50 ball. It's a physical sport at times, but
nothing intentional there. Just two athletes going hard.
Lackey looks to clear. Great ride from Long Island. Back to O'Day. She's been quieter here in this game. Gill swings it up to Lauer. Looks like Long Island shifted back into their man-to-man.
It's a little bit too aggressive from that slide there. Hadley O'Day on the 8-meter. She has a cannon of a shot. Expect her to shoot this sort of one shot, one step and in.
Shot goes wide.
And for the worm burner there. And a solid backup from Long Island. We talked about it yesterday, but that's just one of those plays that doesn't necessarily show up in a stat sheet, but makes a huge difference.
Tough ground ball. Here's Giachetti finishing off the clear. Just over 3 minutes in this game. Long Island with a 10-goal lead.
Sia Dougal for Maryland pressing out a little bit, trying to create some havoc. A little bit too high of a slide, a stick there on that slide for number 56, Betsy Gill. Maryland now a player down for the next 2 minutes. That's just going to make it really tough.
Addie Chartrand handling the contact there. She'll likely look to pull it out here unless they give her the green light. And there she is, Addie Chartrand, sidearm high, stick side high once again.
She's just a phenomenal attacker, such great range. And when you have a shooter like that on the 8-meter, even though you're player up, you give them the green light to do their stuff.
And they're here to play. Let them go, says Coach Burt and Coach Rose from Long Island. Putting the talent on display here. The 2029 age group of Long Island earned their three-peat yesterday, and this 2030 age group is poised to repeat for the back-to-back, showing the talent in this region.
Seen a couple back-to-back championships. I think all three have been back-to-back.
All three?
And upstates back-to-back-to-back for the 2028s.
Impressive. It speaks to the chemistry, speaks to the pride of playing for their region and knowing what it takes here at American Select on day 2. Battle through pool play. Nice one more from Robinson for the finish. Patty Fitzgibbons puts it home.
I'm a big fan of Robinson. She's just really, really strong within the midfield, always keeps her head up running through, and in this case finds number 56, Addison Fitzgibbon, on the crease, a solid handle.
A nice job. We've seen Robinson push and look for her own shot when she's threading the 8-meter. And there, eyes up, makes the beautiful one more pass, and Fitzgibbon puts it home. 1 minute on the clock here till we crown our champions of the 2030 age group. Mackenzie Clammer wins the draw control right up to Robinson. Ball's moving down the Chartrand.
Interested to see here whether they hold the ball or head back, try to go get one more. Looks like they're electing just to hold the ball, run out the clock.
Giachetti runs it out. This has been an impressive performance today from Long Island, 14-2. And they go back-to-back at the American Select 2030 Championship.
Congratulations to Long Island. Just a truly complete performance from all ends of the field. And in that center circle, very, very well done.
A well-earned vacation coming up in August. Long Island goes coast to coast, leaves no doubt about it, and we'll be back soon. We're back here at American Select, the 2030 Championship. We're coming right here for the trophy presentation. Long Island Black with a dominant finals performance. Stay tuned for our MVP as we wrap it up here at American Select for the 2030 Championship game.
Sorry, congratulations, Charlie Petty's mom.
Oh, hi. Thank you.
We're sad to see you go.
I know. I mean, I might still be around. I've talked to the coach.
A lot of energy.
Girls?
We'll tell you what to do. Let's go ahead.
Oh yeah, Shay. Yeah! Colby, get in the picture! Come on, Colby! All right, let's hear! Defeated defending champs.
Every time I need it done every time.
I said that Brian, we'll take the benches
excited to partner with American Select the last couple of years. I loved watching you guys last year on your title run. You repeated for year 2 as rising sophomores. Impressive performance, wire to wire, going undefeated. For our championship game MVP with a hat trick and some gritty Long Island plays, we had Viv Spidell.
I got my arm around you now. Oh my god.
It's all right.
Take 2 steps back.
All right, look here. Put up 1. Let's go. Woo! Woohoo! Stay there. Parents, you can take your photos.
Can I get a woo woo? Wait, where's Jamie? Well done! Good job, girl!
Can I have it? Yeah. Yeah, babe.
All right, I'm here with 2030 championship game MVP Viv Spidell of Long Island Black. Viv, congratulations, and talk about the experience.
Thank you. It was just great. We all played so gritty, and we really just took this chance to play together and just finish what we started.
I think playing together is a great way to put it. You guys went wire to wire. How did you guys gel so quickly?
We really tried to work together and just enjoy the time and just push and have grit.
You had 3 goals in the championship game, but 2 of my favorite plays were the tough finishes you had and contact and caused turnover towards the end. Where does that grit come from?
It's just the grit to win and just really for my team.
Well, congratulations, Long Island repeated as champions. Viv Spidell, championship game MVP. Look forward for the 2031 championship game coming up next.
Thank you.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Ava!
Well done, girls. Great job, goalies. Get together, goalies. Woo, woo. Can I get a woo woo to the goalies? Can I get a woo
I know, I'm like, oh crap.